Welcome to day 2 of Strixhaven spoilers. Apparently, it's Boros Day or LOREHOLD Day. I'm your co-host. My name is Barry, and I'm joined today by
Quest. I'm Quest, and you can find me at Twitter at Quest and Beaver, and we are here to look at some new Boros spoilers for the set.
Yay! Can't you guys tell I'm a huge fan?
Oh man.
But I guess we have to talk about the LOREHOLD daddy.
Oh yeah, definitely. The LOREHOLD of the Elder Dragon. So
all right, so it's a Velomachus LOREHOLD, 5 red and white legendary creature, Elder Dragon, flying, vigilance, haste. Whenever a Velomachus LOREHOLD attacks, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may cast an instant or sorcery with mana value less than or equal to Velomachus LOREHOLD's power from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
that looks like a really fun commander because like you could do like something stupid like the big red spells like Chaos World, like that 9 mana spell from Commander Legends. I think that's like Chaos Warp, right?
I forgot. Or it's like Soul's Fire or
yeah,
something like that.
And then you like could play like the white one too, just return like a bunch of value cards too. Like it seemed really fun.
Yeah, but then like that's assuming that like, are you gonna build this like Voltron to get the power up there?
Not Voltron-y, just I guess you could do Voltron. Like I didn't really think about Voltron. Thought like, all right, pump it up one, swing, look at top 7, cast something like bigger than its power. But yeah,
yeah, just because it's what's it called? It's equal to the power from it. Yeah. So like, I mean, a 7 mana flying vigilance haste 5/5 is pretty good, and Boros colorway seems to like go more low to the ground anyway.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're paying 7 mana for that, you want like a huge payout. So I would at least put some equipments in here.
Yeah, definitely.
Like a Sun Forger, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, would you rather have it in the 99 or have it as a commander?
It really depends because in EDH, they're like a certain route you could go down like the big spells, but definitely 99 I would definitely try it because it definitely digs you deep, like 7 cards deep in your deck.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Especially for like Boros, it kind of needs that help, right?
Yes, it definitely does.
All right, let's go to our other LOREHOLD commander, something that Quest is excited about. Go ahead.
Hofri Ghostforge, legendary creature, dwarf cleric, one of the best races out there. And it's red and a white, 3 colorless, and spirits you control get +1/+1 and have trample and haste, which is gross. All right, those that's a really good lord for spirits. And then whenever another non-token creature you control dies, exile it. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a spirit and digital types to its other types. It has when this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exile card to your hand. Excuse me? And it's a 4/5. I didn't read its last part. I just saw like, so when I first saw this spoiler, right, I was reading just when it dies, exile create a copy of it. I didn't realize if the token dies, it just goes back. What is your input on this?
I mean, it's a definite improvement. There was that one enchantment demon from Theros.
Yeah.
That it would make a copy, but it would just be a 1/1. But then you would, in black, it's important to have your creatures in your graveyard. So I was like, oh, that's I don't want to play that. But then this one, it's like, no, let's bypass that negative and put it back into the graveyard.
Because, like, literally, you could, like, give it indestructible, and you could just have, like, infinite army. Like, all right, cool. Get back from exile, play it again, like, Selfish Spirit. Let's just say Selfish Spirit, right?
I hate
because
that
you
card.
sack it, it still dies, and then you just make another token, and you can sack that, it dies, and you bring it back. It's just an infinite, like, sack indestructible outlet right there. Yeah. Like, just, think about, like, the combos with this guy.
And really, my line of thought when I saw this, I was like, all right, if you go low to the ground, you could just abuse the heck out of Sun Titan.
Yeah.
Or if you want to go a little bit more at the top end, you could play a Myriad Angel. So you get the benefit of like maybe sacking this creature because it's maybe going to get targeted for removal, right?
Yes.
And then put it back onto the battlefield, swing out with it because it has haste for some reason. This Lord gives 3 keywords or like 2 keywords and a buff. And then you just Myriad Angel bring the original one back, and
Yes.
you could just get into like a really tiring loop.
Oh man, like I could definitely see like infinite mana with like Ashnod's Altar or Phyrexian Altar.
Oh my god!
Like if you like have like something like small, like a 1/1, like a command cost 1, just sack it, get a token, sack it, bring it back, keep on going through the loop until you make infinite mana. Like I can't wait to see more spirits.
What I'm not excited about is the KCI combos that's gonna go with this.
Oh yeah, because it's
like
it's,
junk diver, scrap
man,
trawler.
This definitely, this definitely will turn into like an artifact-y type of thing.
You know, I feel like
man.
WotC has listened to like all the frustrated Boros players. Like, I want to stop winning through combat.
Or give us some draw. Just
Oh,
give white some draw, Wizards. Come on.
yeah. I mean, but like definitely, there's some creatures that you could maybe throw in here that's gonna give you that
man.
anyway.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have to have extra pieces,
Yeah.
but. Yeah, this just feels like it could be a really fun budget deck, or it could be a pretty heavy combo artifact deck.
Yes.
Which I'm not excited about, because it sounds like now that I put that in your mind, you're like, oh, maybe that's the line I take.
Oh man, it's one of the two lines. Like I could build budget spirits, or I could just build artifact infinite mana.
I'm already regretting everything about this.
Man.
But yeah, but just for the spirits, like if you built it spirit tribal, I feel like that would be your budget.
Yeah.
Your like fun way. You know, and if you want to do something that's just gonna be disgusting, then you just go full KCI build. Which is really unfortunate. And let's go to our next legendary creature, the elephant legendary that no one asked for in Boros. Quintorius Field Historian. 3 red and white. Legendary creature, elephant cleric. Spirits you control get +1/+0. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 3/2 red and white spirit token.
This really pairs up with the dwarf really well. You just make a 3/2 when you exile it. Because I believe with the dwarf guy, right?
Yeah.
When it died, you go to your graveyard, then the ability happens, and you exile it,
no.
and then you make a 3/2,
No.
and then they're just 5/3s just hitting someone with trample.
Oh god.
And then you could stack the. Oh man, I can't wait. This is definitely gross.
Yeah, this almost feels like the lieutenant ability that was on one of the commander precons, right? It felt like a creature that has lieutenant with it.
Yes.
Because they seem like they'd be best friends.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, if you make some if you have creatures die, those creatures will be one like little tokens, and I'll give them buffs.
Yeah.
Man. So they're really pushing the spirit tribal for the Boros or for the LOREHOLD school, which I mean, Quest, we've been playing Magic for a while now. It just doesn't seem like the right color pie for spirits, right?
You're right, but it now it is.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
I'm happy that Boros taking a different change.
right?
Like,
Yeah, it's a nice change of pace. But you know, will this mean gone are the days of Esper spirits, or
oh man,
or is it just gonna become Jeskai spirits now for
probably.
other formats?
I think Jeskai Spirits will be really good, but like I mean, we haven't really seen the full set yet, but I could definitely see a Boros spirits,
right?
Like,
So yeah, I know Quest is really excited for this. All these things happening.
yes.
Me, not so much. I'm not a Boros player, so. But let's get into Quest's top 3 cards from the LOREHOLD Spoiler Day.
So I have a lot of things about this one card. Blade Historian. It is hybrid colors for red, white, 4, and it's a creature, human cleric, and attacking creature you control have double strike, and it's a 2/3. So I have a couple opinions on standard. EDH is EDH, but standard on the other hand, or maybe modern. We'll throw modern in there just in case. And standard, are you kidding me, Wizards? Are we really gonna put this creature in mono red and mono white too? Let's put those 2 decks in there. Mono red and mono white. This card doesn't need to be in there. For 4 mana, you just like, alright, cool, just kill you with double strike. Like, it's so gross, like, with mono white, because you already have, like, maybe 4 or 5 creatures out, and then, like, your opponent's, like, tapped out for, like, a Planeswalker or something, and then you slam this daddy down, you know? And then you just swing in, and it's like, oh, you're dead. And then, like, with mono red, like, it's just a race to, like, 4 mana now, because you're already, like, got them down to, like, half life, and you already got, like, 3 creatures that are, like, 2 or, like, even 3 cost, and it's like, alright, play this, kill you. What are your thoughts on this card?
I mean, yeah, for me, I think what they did here, giving it the hybrid mana, it just gives it so much flexibility.
Yes.
Because you can, like, if you're playing a constructed format where you're not color restricted, it just slots into any white or red deck that you're making. If you're doing Boros, it's even better.
Oh yeah,
There's no color restriction to this. You just need one of the other.
Yeah.
And that's pretty amazing. I mean, there's already enchantment that's, I believe, like one of the reflections that gives all your creatures double strike. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit more, but it's harder to remove because it's an enchantment. But if you could get this down on 4, especially in EDH, like we already saw a comment on this with like Winota, and Quest just drooled over that because he used to have a Winota deck. So yeah, this creature is pretty gross. And it's costed so low, and there's no restrictions on this.
Yes, I could definitely see this card being like in because I'm pretty sure they're gonna be a Boros deck in the next upcoming standard deck. But I think I will definitely play Boros. But
yeah, and I'm like, as far as like its impact on EDH, I could just imagine it slotting into any Gisela deck, or like what's the other the one that doubles the one that has extra combat, Aurelia.
Oh, really? I would think of Combat Celebrator.
Yeah, it's so anything Boros. They just got a brand new toy to play with.
Yes. All right, we'll move on to the next card, which is a Vulnerable War Singer. It's a Vigilance Trample, Boros colors and 1 colorless, and it's a 3/3 with Vigilance and Trample. Let's put that in mind. Whenever Vulnerable War Singer deals combat damage to a player, you may return target creature card with current round cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of damage Vulnerable War Singer dealt to that player. This card's really good for mid-range, for like Boros mid-range, like in standard, even in EDH. It's really good, just like it. But unfortunately, it's only creature. If it's impermanent, oh my goodness, just get like a fetch land every turn. Like I'll deal 3. All right, return that. Like
it's doing a better version of. What's his face? A Sun Titan.
Yeah, definitely a better Sun Titan, but definitely good.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that Boros just became a black color pie. the fact that it's reoccurring creatures, and if you give it, if you pair it up with your Blade Historian, it's dealing 6, bringing back a 6 drop.
Yeah,
which is not hard to it's not hard to do in Boros colors. So, man, like, WotC's really giving Boros a brand new horizon.
I love how it's a spirit, too, so definitely going that 99.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start putting a lot more graveyard hate in my decks, because Boros is apparently reanimating things now. All right, let's get to your last card.
All right, Rip Apart, which is a white and red, 2/1. Rip Apart, deal 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker, and destroy target artifact or enchantment. And unfortunately it's sorcery, but I think this card is really good for 2 costs. Deal 3 to a creature or planeswalker, or destroy an artifact or enchantment. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, like, you know what, I think it's because it's modal, it had to be sorcery.
Yes.
So but I think the 3 damage is very negligible in Commander, but for a standard format it's fine.
Yes.
But for the flexibility of it basically having 3 modes.
Yeah.
Because the second one, destroy target artifact, and then it could have just had another mode, destroy target enchantment.
Yeah, this is definitely like a better rip and tear. That's what it's called.
Oh, wear and tear.
Wear and tear, not rip and tear. But yeah, this is definitely like a really good removal spell in Boros.
And the fact that it deals damage to a planeswalker as well.
Yeah, that definitely is important for now because Oko. But yeah.
All right, let's get to my top 3, which is pretty. Again, Boros doing things Boros shouldn't be doing. Let's go to Reconstruct History 2 and Boros colors, or LOREHOLD colors. I think we have to start saying LOREHOLD colors. This one is a sorcery. It says return up to 1 target artifact card, up to 1 enchantment, up to 1 instant, up to 1 sorcery, and up to 1 planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand, and then exile Reconstruct History. What are your thoughts?
Man, I thought it said creature too, but there's no creature. This is definitely just an instant card, but like it shouldn't be like a Boros card. But I definitely like it. It's definitely more tools for Boros. You're definitely giving a lot of support for Boros, because Boros is like the least favorite color. No, maybe Orzhov is.
Yeah,
it's one of those two, but like I think after this set comes out, I think Boros will be ahead of Orzhov. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, no, I think Orzhov has so much removal and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a little bit ahead, but with all these new toys coming out for Boros, I think they're going to be pretty neck and neck as far as
But
that
man,
shit.
just returning 4 cards for like 4 mana, it's definitely like a payoff card.
Exactly, and the fact that it says up to, which means it doesn't require you to have all these cards in the graveyard, is what makes it better. Because sometimes, Quest, I don't know about you, but sometimes I hold on to a Decimate, and I'm just like, oh, I can't cast it yet because not this one isn't out.
Yeah, not an artifact, but it's
so the fact that it just returns up to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 permanents possibly.
Like 5. Oh yeah,
It's just a new toy. If you're, I think about putting it in Narset just because it could return so much for me.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a great card.
Definitely. If you're playing Boros when the card comes out, definitely pick one up since it's an uncommon. It's definitely cheap. It's definitely really good. So I would recommend it.
Yeah. Next one we have Return Pass Caller, 3 red hybrid white red and white. Creature, a spirit cleric, some reason. It's flying. It has when return pass caller enters the battlefield, return target spirit, instant, or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. It's a 4/2. Now let me justify this. I know it's aggressively costed. It's 6 mana, 4/2. But it's again doing something outside of its color pie. If it only returned a spirit, I could see this at maybe being a 4-drop. But because it's returning an instant or a sorcery as well, those are things.
Yeah.
And so that's why I had this as one of my top 3 LOREHOLD cards for at least for EDH. I don't think 6 mana is a lot for.
Oh yeah, definitely a lot, but definitely limited. So in limited, this card's really good if you're building around Boros. But yeah, love how it's spirit though.
Yeah, in limited, it could possibly. I mean, with the 2 toughness, it's so easily removable. But having a 4 power flyer,
the evasion's there, like the flying's there, and then you get to return like a creature or like another removal spell or something that draws a card. But
yeah. I mean, especially for things like draft, I wouldn't pick this first. But if it came back to me, I'm like, all right, maybe I need some recursion. So
yeah.
And then for my last card, it is Academic Probation, 1 and a white. It's a sorcery dash lesson. Choose one. Choose a non-land card name. Opponents can cast spells with the chosen name until your next turn. Or choose target non-land permanent until your next turn. It can't attack, block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. What are your thoughts?
This card's going to be really powerful, standard and historic, in a lot of good decks. Just like your opponents have like a board weapon, you know about it. Like, cool, I'm going to name it so you don't use it next turn. And then you just kill them next turn with like Death Shadow now dominating the format.
In historic?
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh, well, man, who saw that one coming?
Yeah,
right?
Because now like with all the new historic cards that are coming to historic with like the masterpieces or the what are they called again?
Or the mystical archives.
Mystical archives. You have inconsistent cosmic. You have a bunch of black cards and white cards. Like it's definitely gross. It's gonna be gross.
You have channel.
Yeah, channels in there. Like we'll definitely talk about that probably later in the video. But yeah, it's
yeah. Man, my the way I thought about it was like it is a fairer Dranith Magistrate in Commander. Yeah. It's like, all right, I need to stop you for just this turn, so I will name your commander for the turn.
Yeah.
So until my next turn, you can't cast it.
And it's a lesson too, so you could definitely get it from a learn card and from the exile. So it's definitely great too, or from your cyber, not the exile.
Yeah. For constructed, can you see this? This card is probably going to be a sideboard staple for a while, right?
It definitely will in some matchup. Like it's. Even in historic too, like if depending on how good the learn cards are. For right now, they're all right.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple like yeah.
Well, the fact that it tutors itself.
Yes, it
right.
Does, yeah.
So I mean, like at least this could possibly be some tech against like the rune crabs.
Yes, like a tool crab or something. Like I could definitely see like a tool crab, or not tool crab. I mean a toolbox deck. Yeah. With lessons and all that. But yeah.
Yeah. All right, Quest. Let's get to our underdog cards for the most recent spoilers. Quest, can you go and explain what yours is?
Oh man, Mine is I think a compulsive science.
Environmental
Science. Environmental science. It's 2 colorless, which is pretty good in any color deck. And then search the library for a basic land card, reveal it, and put it in your hand, and you gain 2 life.
All right, let's talk about the implications about that for Commander at least, or even in Standard.
I don't know about Standard. Maybe in like some type of ramp deck, or even like in the colorless rock decks. That's gonna be never mind because waste is not illegal yet. But
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely really good in like EDH. Like it definitely like a budgeter wave for like wait for a bottle. If you can't find one, you put that baby in and look for that land and put it in your hand. It's definitely really good. But I did see another spoiler, which is a campus guide, but it puts it from on to your top of your library, which is it's alright, but I'd rather preferably have it in my hand.
Yeah, it is a poor imitation of environmental science because then campus guide will take a draw away from you.
Yeah.
Whereas this will just put it straight into your hand. It acts pretty much like a Wayfarer's Bauble. Yeah. Because, you drop Wayfarer's Bauble turn 1, you crack it on turn 2, then you're really just where you were at.
And then you gain 2 life, which is definitely a plus. It's definitely, I don't know if I wouldn't say it's better than Wayfarer Bauble, but it's definitely up there in the ramps.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously you're going to want this, like, early in the game. As far as, like, same with Wayfarer's Bauble, you always want on turn 1, turn 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is a really great card for any deck that isn't running green. They finally give everybody not ramp, but at least your next land.
It's definitely giving like the non-green decks ramp, but yeah.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you right now, man. These budget decks that I've been building, it's sometimes I'm suffering with no land in my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so for my underdog card for the day, I'm surprised they spoiled the black card. It is Go Blank, 2 and a black sorcery. Target player discards 2 cards. Then exile all cards from that player's graveyard.
So basically just a mind rot, but you exile target player's library. Or not library, graveyard.
Oh my god. Exile their library. Yeah, you're out of the game, bro. For 3 mana.
Man, I would love to just speak about R&D, but no.
No, yeah, there's I have a hardcore like hand disruption deck with Loki, and sometimes giving a person like it's a heavy discard deck, and sometimes when you discard cards for a person, it acts like a second hand for them.
Yes.
So I as much as I hate graveyard hate, sometimes it is a necessary evil. Because there's people out here that want a Mnemonic Deluge, a time warp 3 times. Oh, but not only that, let me copy the Mnemonic Deluge so I can do it again. So yeah, this card I think you'll see it. I feel like you're gonna see it a lot in Nekasar builds, Croxus builds.
It will definitely be played in Standard for sure. Just because Croxus is still around, or even like some of the escape cards.
Yeah,
like even in Historic 2, it's definitely great.
Yeah, and now with all this weird spirit graveyard Boros cards, I'm gonna have to exile the graveyard because you're just gonna keep recurring more spirits.
I mean, you don't have to, but yeah, I guess.
Man, so yeah, today was an exciting day for Boros. I'm happy for all the Boros players out there.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely like, subscribe, and hit that notification button to let you guys know when we're got our new video. And leave a comment what's your favorite spoiler out of Boros or LOREHOLD, the new Boros. All right, my name is Quest.
My name is Barry.
And this is the Scry Guys.